This is day 510 of Zohar Pshat, and we're on Daf Samach Aleph Amrav, 8 lines to the bottom. Toch Hazeh. There's Toch Hazeh 9 lines to the bottom, Toch Hazeh Davos from yesterday, Toch Hazeh 8 lines to the bottom. Ksi Vayalokim is Arti in Yishchasa. Because Bosa and land was corrupt. So this means it was corrupt in a way which was revealed. And revealed, the corruption is different than concealed corruption, in that it's much more chutzpahdik. It's much more of a merit, a rebellion against the Kodesh Baruch Hu. So this is the point which Zohar is making here, that this hashchasa means that it was Bereish Gali, and very overt, very revealed. So nishchasa vadai, certainly nishchasa kamadi itmar hachi nami, like we see also in the opposite direction. V'halokim es maasein kishom adar kamara. By Nineveh, where they did tshuva, and Kodesh Baruch Hu saw there was a very obvious and public tshuva, which is part and parcel of doing tshuva in a good way, is to do it publicly and make a big spectacle out of it, in order that people should be very much devoted and dedicated to it. So here it's the opposite. Over there by Nineveh, the land called up on high, and went up on high. And adorned itself, decorated itself, made itself up like a woman who adorns herself for a man. Hakanami, here too, the opposite, of course. Well, actually, first you start out there. So too, a land which raises children who are meritorious to the king. In other words, even without tshuva, there's idea of good land which produces good people. Okay, but here's the opposite. But here the generation of the Mabul did not do proper tshuva, and actually did no tshuva whatsoever. Maxim it says, it became corrupt. What's the mashal here? Ki'itasa, like a woman, distavis, who became tamei, did something wrong. And so normally, astiras nafsha anpan mibalo. She hides her face from her husband. She's embarrassed. But this time, when there became many sins of human beings, bizgalia, in a revealed way, here's the land made itself like a woman who has no embarrassment, no shame from anybody. Kedain Omar Amarta, like the pasuk says in Yeshaya, for its chanfa tachas yoshveh. The land became full of chanifa, which means inappropriate behavior, generally speaking, underneath its inhabitants. It's a fascinating idea. The land, so to speak, is itself manifests the behavior of the animal, the people who live on it. So I'm not sure. Don't think the Zohar is taking literally, but although one could say that the land itself reflected the tumah of the people who are sinning, but I think the main point here is that the Dora Mabul itself, by their terrible behavior, Bereish Gali in public without any brazen embarrassment, that's part and parcel of the sin. That's what makes it hard to do tshuva. That makes the tshuva less likely to be accepted because of the merit, the rebellion which is involved in it. So, Al-Dor Vayar Kinishchosa. Vadai. And that's what it says so here for sure. Hashem saw the land and was corrupted. My time and why? Begin Kishchis Kol Basar. That is dark arts, because all people corrupted their way on the land. So the two ways of understanding that, right? Again, one way is to understand that there's a mystical thing which happens to the land itself. The land itself becomes tamei in a way which is obvious in Shemaim, that it's rebelling against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the other is to say that the people, the society, it demonstrates in the behavior of its people that they become defiled in a way which is not just Averis, which would be bad, but not as bad as things where it's being done in public and without any shame. Okay, what it says, the Zohar says a new story. Rabbi Elazar also got Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Shimon. Elazar went to the house of Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Shimon ben Lakunya, Chamui, his father-in-law. So evidently Rabbi Shimon ben Lakunya was the Mechutan of Rabbi Shimon ben Chai. Rabbi Elazar is the son-in-law. That brings out a whole bunch of Marmakos and Tzutzi Zohar of parallel stories, I guess, about the relationship between Rabbi Yossi, the lesson of Yossi, Rabbi Shimon, and Akunya. Came in the Chamaleh. So once he saw him, once the father-in-law saw his son-in-law, Iskinle Tofista. He made for him a Tofista, some gears says Tufsisa. And the Derech Emes says a marbadim. It's kind of, I guess, cushions. Tufisa, and also the kumra with a cover, but matun the kufa in a with peeled sticks. In other words, they were supporting evidently these cushions with its cover. Okay, so they made cushions with a cover, I guess, raised over on sticks, kind of like an awning, and they sat there in order to talk to each other. V'yosifu, they sat. Amalei Chamui. So the father-in-law said to the son-in-law, "Efshar shematem mevuch." You hear from father Had. It says, "Asa Hashem asher zamam." Hakadosh Baruch Hu did what he plotted. Pizza imoso. He carried out that which he said. Asher tzon which he commanded from ancient times. What does it mean? Amalei Akmu Chevra. So it said the Chevra in the Beis Medrash learned it like this: Pizza amraso. He so means not he executed his statement, but had the buzzer porfiro delay. He ripped his garment. The which you command from earlier times. The porfiro pakile mi inu yamakamoi eloi. This porphyra was evidently designated or made from ancient times. Higher than ancient times. And when the Beis was destroyed, Bazallah, he ripped this purple royal garment. The high porphyra, delay Bazallah, because this porphyra, which represents the Beis Hamikdash, was that which is precious to Hakadosh Baruch Hu, and that which was his adornment, his so to speak jewelry, and he ripped it, right? So okay, so there's going to ask him a question now. Armalei says, okay, well, Hashem the Pasuk says that Hashem did what he plotted. What do you mean? He plotted before they sinned? You know, it sounds like even before they sinned, because Baruch plotted to bring upon them the harm and devastation he brought upon them. Armalei said, L'malka the hava le manyakar. It's like a king who has his precious vessel. And every day he's afraid it's not going to break. If I'm mistaken, he's looking at it, but talking beinoya and fixes it in his eyes. The Yom Asa Bray, once his time passes, his son comes, and he angers the king. Not a maku mandiyakar. The king takes that precious vessel, but tovarle, and he breaks it. So in other words, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was constantly concerned with this vessel. He knew it's very fragile and it could break. And merely when the Beis Hamikdash is destroyed, that is the breakage of the vessel. Okay, and the Zohar is going to continue along these lines about this vessel, which is the Beis Hamikdash. But we'll leave that right for tomorrow because it's getting late.